Sounds like a scene ripped straight out of the Walmart Karen playbook, doesn't it? That whole, I'm not paying for that vibe, pure entitlement energy. But let's break it down. Before we dive deep, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how y'all see this mess, because trust me, you're gonna have opinions. So here's what happens. She gets shown the door, pushed out, and almost instantly, as if on cue, boom, a blessing falls in her lap. A brand new opportunity. That's what they're calling it. But let's be real, the timing is way too perfect. From the outside, it's crystal clear. The second she's out, a door magically opens, like it was waiting all along. And while outsiders see it for what it is, the insiders, stuck in fear, overthinking every move, too scared to step forward. And I get it, fear clouds everything. But rewind to that last board meeting, because wow, chaos on full display. Opinions flying everywhere, no direction, just noise. Let's talk about Mary Avant for a second. She was never on Team Tiffany, always part of the resistance. Made it known she wasn't riding with Tiffany's agenda. So you'd think now, with the tide shifting and her seat secured on the Thornton Township Board, she'd push for change, right? Step up, flip the script, make something happen. But nope. Mary stands up and delivers the most random speech. She said they shouldn't buy the Pope's house either. Claimed it was a bad idea. Her whole stance boiled down to pay the bills and keep moving. Like that's the vision? Just pay bills, survive, and pray nothing explodes? Look, I get it, bills matter. But here's the truth. Those bills exist whether you buy the house or not. And if someone else grabs it first, they can flip it however they want, bring in whoever they want, and suddenly your town is reacting to someone else's playbook. Ownership is power. If the board stepped up and claimed it, they could shape it into something meaningful, build on purpose, create a legacy. But instead, folks are paralyzed by short-term fear. They can't see past the weight of the decision. And like I said, I understand fear, but it's wild watching people drop the ball on something this big just because it feels heavy to carry. And Mary's speech, it got even messier from there. She pulls out this bizarre analogy. She compared a house to a pimp because it needs to be paid every day. Excuse me, what? That's where she landed? I guess she meant homes come with maintenance costs. But every day? Be serious. Ain't nobody living in that house. Who's flipping switches? Who's washing dishes? Casper? The utilities are practically non-existent. Maybe you run AC in the summer. Maybe a porch light flicks on. That's the whole expense. Yet she's talking like a family reunion is happening there every weekend. This is the problem. When people already decide to say no, they'll grab any excuse they can. Even if someone offered to pay the full cost, she'd still be like, but what about the bills? Bills for what? Nobody's moving in. Nobody's renting it. That's not even the conversation. So why invent ghosts to justify shutting it down? The logic? Absolutely wild. And the kicker? Her argument never made sense to begin with. She started with, do we even have the money? Then instantly pivoted to, even if we do, so really she was always going to say no. And that's the energy that feels off about this whole situation. They don't want progress. They'll complain about how bad the village looks. But when it's time to change it, they stall. It's like they're waiting for HGTV to show up a miracle makeover. No work, no risk, just vibes. But when nothing changes, oh, they'll find someone to blame. That's the game. Shoot down every good idea, then cry that no good ideas exist. Okay, Mary, real talk. What exactly do you want? Because right now, it sounds like you just want chaos. Then she takes it further, saying, it calls my name every day from garbage on down. So now it's a haunted house? Really? And just when you think she's wrapping up, she throws in, we don't have a police chief, a fire chief, an HR rep, a finance director. What does any of that have to do with buying property? Nothing. It's just tossing the kitchen sink in, hoping something sticks. And this is the leadership Thornton Township is left with. If this is a direction, buckle up, it's going to be a ride. And then, here she comes. Annette Maroro from Dolton, stepping up for her grand debut. She opens with, as a practicing Catholic, I see no reason why you want to buy that house. Oh, okay. So now religion is a deciding factor in real estate? Got it. If life really worked like that, nothing would ever move forward in this country. Nothing. But the way she says it, you can hear the bitterness dripping. Not just the words, the delivery. It's giving, you helped create this mess, and now you don't want anyone else to fix it. She keeps going, saying, the house doesn't even look the same as when Father Pivos or his family lived there. Girl, what? That's your argument? It's not a museum. It's not the Louvre. It's a house. Then she pivots again. If you're to spend money, spend it on the church. Let the archdiocese use it. And I'm just sitting here like, what does that do for the people of this town? Where's the benefit for them? How does that make this community better? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Then out of nowhere, she flips the subject completely. Starts talking potholes, cones, kids play in the street. And listen, yes, those are real issues. Cracked roads, missing stickers, abandoned cars. True. But what does any of that have to do with a historic property? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If your real issue is that you drove past the Pope's house and caught a weird vibe, just say that. Don't twist it into a neighborhood watch speech. Don't act like one drive-by suddenly makes you the spokesperson for every Catholic alive. Because here's the truth. Actual Catholics all over the country want the house preserved. Why? Because it matters to them. It's history. If they believe the Pope was chosen by God, then his childhood home, that's holy ground. Not just bricks and wood, it's spiritual. Whether you personally feel that or not doesn't matter. That house means something. And deep down, she knows that. But you can hear in her voice. What really bothers her is that someone she doesn't like might get credit for it. This isn't about logic. It's personal. And then, of course, it all changes again. Now it's about money. We just don't have the funds. So which is it? You don't understand the purchase? You think it's a bad idea? Or are we suddenly broke? Pick a struggle. Annette. Because the excuses keep changing by the second. And the cherry on top? That classic Karen line. I'm not going to pay for it. The checkout lane tantrum energy. The let me speak to the manager vibe. And she thought it hit. But the silence in that room? Phew. You could feel the cringe, and that's the thing. Underneath all the excuses, that line was a real her. That wasn't concern. That was pure attitude. The kind of attitude that doesn't want better. Doesn't want solutions. Just wants to argue, fight, block progress at every turn. And that's exactly why I made this video. Because some people, you can't help. They don't want to be helped. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And that's what this feels like. The good news? The board moved forward anyway. They bought the house. So yeah, Annette, hate to break it to you, you are paying for it. Sorry, not sorry. And especially not sorry with that attitude. Here's the bottom line. You've got to want better. You've got to believe you deserve better. Because if you swat away every blessing just to block somebody else, that's not strategy. That's self-sabotage. And when it backfires, as it always does, you'll sit there wondering why. But Mama tried. And if you want to keep fumbling, Mama's going to let you.